make me shut up, okay? It's my sister, come on. And so I keep writing her. She said, Dad, I mean it, shut up. I'm trying to record. Oh, well, that's a different story. So I shut up. I come out here. She takes the recorder and puts it right here on my ear. And of course, I can hear everything that I said. I can hear her telling me to shut up. But I can also hear the old woman in the background crying. And she had heard it. I didn't. I'm in here. I don't hear it. I don't believe it. I said, how'd you do that? How did you do that? I didn't. So she plays it for me again. And lo and behold, there's somebody in the background crying. And they're obviously upset. Becky says, you apologize to her. You've hurt her feelings for making fun of her clothes. I'm not apologizing to anything or anybody I can't see. No, I'm not going to. She put that stupid tape recorder in my ear again, and I heard it again, and I go, I'm sorry. And I'm out and down the hall, just about as quick as I can get down the hall. Yeah, she eventually come behind me, but I told you I'm a chicken. And I'm not kidding, I am on a lot of this stuff. And that was the first time I've ever had any kind of paranormal experience. I've had several here since then. And what I want you to do now is come over here on this hall. I want you to come right here. I want you to notice this door, especially pay attention to this door right there.
Right by the jail thing? Is that where we're at?
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to play you this film, and I want you to see it. I got to do this 3 times or it don't work. This is Amanda. That's a balloon with a glow light in it. Don't worry about it. See the door? See what I'm saying right there? All right, watch the energy ball come down the hall. Right there. Now, when the next time it goes flash, I want you to look at the door clear at the end. There's nothing there, but there is now.
I seen that.
Nothing there, but there is now.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Amanda took his film. And this is Christmas Eve. Now, this is edited. I sent it back and I said, send me a slow motion version, and she did. All right.
Somebody here?
I don't know. I heard something crash.
There's a door, I think.
Yeah, a door went shut. All right, now, where does light come from? There's him with the camera.
No, it was no car.
Not behind you. There's nothing back here. Number one, where'd the light come from? Where'd he come
There's
from?
no way that's car. Yeah.
You know? All right, now, the next time he comes up, it'll be a stop.
For one, it's too damn bright to be a car.
See
There's no
that?
way.
That light, okay. Now here will come the energy ball down the hall. Nothing down there. There's the energy ball.
Yep. There's the.
Wait, now here he comes.
There's the figure.
Here he comes now.
Right there he is.
Yeah, I see that.
You know where he's at?
He's
Right
up in that
front,
window.
Right in front. Nope, he isn't. That window's behind him.
Oh, yeah.
He's standing right there in front of John Oliver Champ's room.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, his head is just.
Oh, here she wants me dead.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed with that. By the way. I wanted you to see that film, though. Not necessarily that, but I wanted you to see that film.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely filmed from right there where we were
That's
standing.
remarkable.
I thought it was terrific. I've never seen anything
Yeah,
like that.
As a paranormal investigator, sometimes you just kind of let it happen.
Well, now you're sitting here. Keep in mind, there've been 5 guys murdered on this floor. You've got thugs up here, and there's a jail cell. Why wouldn't it happen right here? You know? Think about it. I know my son can't hardly walk up and down this aisle, besides because something else.
It's heavier, but. I
Well,
mean,
something always gets thrown
downstairs.
at him. And I keep telling him, it's just shit falling off the ceiling.
I had that experience
No,
at
it
another
isn't
place.
stuff falling off the
Because
ceiling.
I looked at the same area to look up and see, because these security guards were working there. I worked for a security company back
Yeah.
then. They're saying shit's getting thrown all over this place because it's an old hospital that was boarded up because of a fire.
Okay?
So they've been calling my friend Dave, who is a paranormal investigator, who I paranormal investigated with at the time. They said stuff was getting thrown at them at this place when they're doing their area checks. And we're going, well, I said, I'm going to call them up and ask if I can just come in after work, at a doors and windows company at the time I worked for. So I went in there and started pointing stuff on the ground, looking, just observing everything. Padlock there. So then we go into the next room and we walk like 10 paces into the next room, hear a loud thump on the floor and something bouncing. Come out, the padlock is like 10 feet from where it was before.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I believe-
and then I got struck in the back with the board because I even asked for something to get thrown at me. Why don't you throw something at me down here?
And you did.
And I did.
You got it.
And I looked up at the ceiling. Yeah, it couldn't have fallen from the ceiling because the impact was a forward impact. Like it got thrown directly at me, not dropped on me.
She get into this,
What's that?
wandering around and getting lost.
Actually, she's kind of sensitive type, kind of. So,
Kind of what I figured.
yeah. So is Craig, though. Craig's that way, too. That's why he's so quiet.
I've always
Craig's-
seen that. I've
Craig's-
been watching him.
Yeah, Craig's-
moving
that-
around
when he
and
get-
kinda- I can see him sensing things.
Yep, that's why he doesn't, he's not gonna, he lets us do the talking and he just kind of senses stuff out.
She went into my favorite room down there. There's a window. Oh, by the way, you'll see a rose in that windowsill. It's been left there for a reason. That's cool. That's a good room.
Have you ever had anybody claim I'm a lady in my dress?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I have. And, come here, man, I'll show you something. See this board around the edge?
Mm-hmm.
You'll not find that in any other room except the one right over here, next to it.
Okay.
All right, I want you to look right here. That's drywall. There wasn't drywall in 1900. The other side's plywood on this wall. So this was one big room.
I like this room.
But then they needed it for more space, so they put a fake wall down through the center to make 2 rooms out of it. All right? What this room was a nursery. The big room was a nursery. Now, I didn't tell you the complete stories yet.
I have goosebumps.
Lulu Woods is in here with her stepdad. It's 1913, and it's not gender segregated yet. It will be soon, but right now it's not. Lulu's about 17 years old. She's a minor. And Lulu becomes pregnant here. And guess what? It's her stepdad's.
Oh, man.
So they come and get stepdad and take him to jail. She's a minor, you know. So he went to jail. Lulu has her baby here. But she's a little unstable because from that point on, for quite some time, whenever a guy would smile at her, she was dropping her pants. She's got 2 more illegitimate kids besides the one she just had. Okay? Yeah, she was in this room. It's Lulu Wood, you've probably seen, okay, or felt or whatever. Well, The thing of it is with Lulu's kids is the county's not in the business of raising illegitimate kids. And there is an orphan's home out on the west side of Winchester. Big old building like this, but it's out there. And the county took her kids away from her and put them up for adoption. Now the good thing about it is there was a family out of Muncie that adopted all 3 of the kids and changed their name from Woods to the adoptive family. And that's Howell, H-O-W-E-L-L. I know who it is, okay? But my guess is probably the kids' descendants on down through the years had no idea this is where they came from. And also, back in the early 1900s, young ladies got pregnant back in just like they do today, whether it's wanting to be or not, you know. And every once in a while, one of the young ladies would say, well, I gotta go spend such and such amount of time up in Michigan at Uncle John's house, and they'd go away, and he's coming out here. And they'd admitted themselves out here, or their parents were admitting them out here. And they would stay here, and they would have their babies here. And yes, this is a big nursery. And then they'd adopt the new babies out through the orphan's home, and the little girl go back home and get away with it and never tell anybody. And that happened a lot in the early days out here. You don't hear so much about that.
You don't. No, you don't.
But it's just as common then as it is today.
Yep.
But you know, today nobody really is too ashamed of it. But back then they were very. And there's been a lot of babies born in this room right here. A lot of babies. You can look in that other room right there beside us and you'll see that board going right around the wall just like this. And it's really obvious that it's a bit one big
That was
room.
me, sorry.
Okay. That's
I said, yeah, so you know.
okay.
Real obvious that it's one big room at that time.
Because I don't know why, but I walked into here and then I walked into there.
See? That's not natural for 1900.
No, not when the walls like that.
This winter, we had a bunch of wind, a lot of wind, and it actually blew this window out. That's why the broken one's still in here. I thought, Dan might want to keep it to make a little window out of it or something like that. But you ought to see down that hall, you see all these paint chips? When that wind come in here, it was like a tornado in here. And it had paint chips clear down the hall. Look at this. I didn't want to show you this. And you so you can imagine how much paint chips is all over the place. But this is the other half of the nursery right here. So there have been babies born in this room. Let's go to the attic. And then I'm done. And I'll get out of here. You guys, you can play a full-court basketball game up here. Put bleachers on the sides. Not kidding. Big, ain't it? That's superintendent's area back in there. I'll finish up with that, but let's go this way first. Now, one of the main things I want to show you is these pipe poles right here. They got a tripper out both sides of every one of them. I've done a pretty serious face plant up here. I'm here to tell you, damn things will get you. So every place you see one of these,
Stay away
there's
from.
trippers out both sides, okay? This is a popcorn shelter.
Popcorn.
It's
I was
exactly
wondering. I
what
smelled
this is.
popcorn. I was wondering.
They raised a great deal of popcorn here. And these tubs are probably clear back into
What
the
happened?
50s.
What happened?
What you got?
The one with the air vent.
Okay.
But I also heard something thump over there in the corner.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me. I'm going to tell you a couple things that goes on up here. All right, they raised a lot of popcorn. This is an old bed spring with walls on it. They put the popcorn in there, put a sheet down on the floor underneath it, and shake it, and it'll shell somewhat. And what don't shell, all you gotta do is rub it over it, and it'll shell. And then they would pick it up off the sheet, put it in their mason jars, and set it out along the road and sell it, or use it here. That's what they both are. That's what both these are. All right, let's go down to this here. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you, so it doesn't scare you. My little buddy's right there.
What?
See my little
Oh.
buddy?
I thought I saw something crawling on the floor.
He's in timeout.
Okay, timeout doll. I used to have 2 of those, a boy and a girl.
Yep. He's in timeout. He got himself hung right there for like 2 before. I told him I can mess with them little girls. I come out here the next day and that little girl was hung. Oh.
You what?
He was hung from the pole.
The doll was?
High-age girls. Probably the most wicked little creatures I've ever met.
Literally hung him, huh?
You know that table down in the meat room?
Uh-huh.
I told him that story down there, so I come out here the next day and that dumped high C over it to make it look like runny blood. I said, there's 25 little junior high age girls. There's 3 adults. There should have been 30 adults. I told the little girls, do not
Oh
climb
no.
that
Yeah,
ladder.
no.
I should have said, go ahead and climb the ladder, and they wouldn't have done it, okay? So the little girls climbed the ladder, they got that rope, they took that rope and hung it over that tube before, and I came out here the next day, and my little buddy is hanging about right here. And all I can think of is, yeah, okay, maybe that's funny, but to me it's not. And I said, I'm thinking, you know, this is the age of little girls that's probably gonna have to be taking care of me when I'm old and feeble. And I don't like that idea. It's not bad to me.
I don't want to look.
It's a bird.
I don't like that. You see me on the floor.
I think it's a bird, okay?
Think?
Okay. Listen, very quiet.
They are birds, I think.
Hear 'em?
I hear them chirping, but
Okay, come here. They're baby pigeons is what they are. Look right down in there. See them down in there?
spiders too. Oh, yeah, they're hungry. I can see their mouth is open.
Cool. Yep, there's baby pigeons down in there. Mama bird can come right in from the outside right there to take care of it. Now that judge I was telling you all about, he did indeed have mock trials up here. And I happen to know that it was right here. That's where he had the mock trials. You got an SLS camera. The judge likes to hide behind this pole right here. And he'll come out and walk across and lean against the chimney and go back. And he'll put his hand on you too. And when he does, it'll make you sick to your stomach. Just thought I'd tell you that. I speak from experience on that. This steps right here goes all the way down to the men's second floor church, okay? So I leave the door open, it makes it cooler up here. The light's right there
Okay.
for this end,
Okay.
okay? You just went through Judge Portland.
I did.
See the toys and stuff up here, the little balls and everything? It's the 1940s. You got 93 people out here, and a lot of them are little kids. Not every day is a bright sunshiny day and kids have got to play. And so they would actually let the little kids come up here and run around all over the place. Yeah, them things squeak. And there's a carousel blackbird that's been up there all winter. You gotta be.
Actually, I think, yeah, Craig noticed that already. He's going, is that a bird?
Yes, it is a bird. See the flower petals? We had a wedding up here a year ago, last October.
Huh.
That would be awesome.
And we decorated the crossbars and everything else.
I don't suppose the judge was the one that conducted
No.
them. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I never thought about that. He might have been for science. All right, this, by the way, Dan loves this. When you go like that with a flashlight. Would you look right up there to the right of that light bulb? You see that wooden peg coming through?
Yep.
This whole thing built like this. Once you look at the ceiling, it's red oak. That's 1899.
Huh.
It looks like it's about 2 weeks old.
I see that door downstairs that you were showing me looks pretty shiny too. The one that you had your experience on.
Yeah.
Just like the barn.
Now right here is your witch's hat tower. Of course, it's got insulation right here, but you can look up in here and see where we've had to do, there's your witch's hat, actually your hat. You can see where we've had to do some repairs and stuff to it. It's all got a metal roof on it now. The antennas are up here. Nope, I'm surprised that you asked me that. But the antennas are up here because this is indeed Romanesque revival. The county commissioner said no antennas on the outside of the building.
Oh.
And so they put their antennas, TV antennas, up in here. And of course you see the one at the other end. Now, as long as you've got a shingle roof, it's just fine. But in 2004, when they put the metal roof on it, they wouldn't work no more at all. But by then, you've also got satellite. And I will tell you this, if you're up here and it's pitch black, and that crawls across the top of your head, and you don't know it's there, it makes wet spots right there on the floor beside you. Yes, it does. I speak from experience on that too. I set this up for my little kids up here. All right, a little songbook. People's leaving candy for them and everything else. And
So if you hear that go off,
I'm hearing things in here.
I just heard that too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, it's like I tell people, it really is one of the 10 most haunted places in the country, and I, the longer I'm in here, the more I believe it. That's where I thought I heard it from too, right there.
It sounded like on the floor too. It wasn't a bang on the wall. It was like that.
Yeah. Well, one thing, I showed you where the light was for the other end. This is the light on this end, okay?
That was me going, woohoo, you shut the lights
And
out.
I'm gonna leave both the lights on.
Okay.
You can come up here and shut them off after you get up here and
Okay.
get set up. Well, look at that light right up there. This freaked me out the other day. I didn't know it was like that on watch. And it
Oh.
goes out very, very slowly.
Slow.
And I didn't know what that was the other day, so I was looking, you know. So. I told you,
Think
I'm a chicken.
of some eyeballs.
That's where my hand, part of my forehead hit when I thought that was the last step, when that one was. That's a pretty serious plants up here. Tour's over again, you're on your own.
Alrighty, we appreciate it.
That's all there is. We just went the whole 58,000 square feet. I will show you what a cemetery is, if you want to see it.
Sure.
And like I said, my name and everything's right here and phone number. I live 10 miles from here, so
Okay.
it's going to take me 10 to
So if you
15.
lock me in the refrigerator, I'll call you.
Well, if that really happens, I might just leave you there. I think I've got another group coming Friday night.
Okay. As long as I can give me a
Okay,
ready
this is a wooden leg, and we really did find this here, okay? You put your stump right there, in there, and this goes in the back. The long part goes in the back, and that's strapped around your leg, and then you push down
That looks
on
heavy.
that long one to help you move your leg. That's the way it works.
Made out of the same material as the bed
Bed
mattresses.
ticking, yeah. Yeah, and that's an old pine board, but we really did find that
That is
here.
really
so.
neat.
Come on, show you the cemetery.
It's really uncomfortable.
The long pole in the back.
Right there, we went to the basement. Watch out for fallen people right here. That's John Oliver's room. There's John Oliver's room right there.
You guys ever get your swing back?
Nope.
Mm.
Nope. That's Spring House, by the way. Like down in the south, they actually had the spring running through it in a trough. They'd run in one end and come out the other end and back down in the ground. And when they milk the cows, of course you take your bucket of milk and pour them through a strainer into the milk cans, you know. Then you take your milk cans and put them in the spring house. They keep it cool, and then the milkman comes and picks them up, leaves you some money, and then leaves the other empty cans. So plus you could put vegetables in there in the summer and stuff to keep them cool. They're down really common down like Tennessee and places like that. I've never seen them in Indiana.
Yeah, it's hour and 45 minutes on this, Flurry. Hour and 45 minutes on this. What is this thing?
Where they put the pole.
Brandy's mowing out here about 2 weeks ago. She just got done with this yard, took the mower around to the front, and that big old tree limb fell off. It was windy that day, and it snapped that big old limb off.
Oh.
She's just very fortunate it didn't
Wow.
hit her. That tree is so old, that tree limb was like a tree. It was huge. If you hear anybody shooting out here, you see the hills, it's mounds of dirt.
Yep.
That's the sheriff's department shooting range.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And the city police, they all come at you. And I do too, because I pay their salaries. See the grass has just come off of that one stupid limb.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. Oh, Brady's in. Walking in a graveyard. You're standing on dead.
Right here?
This row right here, you're 40 feet this way. 40 feet this way,
You can see.
125 feet this way. It's the size of an old building. 40 feet wide, about 125 feet long. Yeah, you can. So this is there are 51 people buried there from that building. Now, I don't know about the building that was over here in this lot. I'm sure there was, in 35, 40 years, I'm sure there were people died there. And I'm pretty positive they're buried here. But I know that there was 51 people from this building from 1900 until 2006. And one mummy. Arcanum, Ohio is 25 miles this way. The year is 1934. Yeah, 1934. And there's a gentleman over there, a black man, passed away. And people always called him Mose, M-O-S-E. But nobody knows his name. Nobody knows his name. Real name. And nobody comes to claim it. So these two old boys over there decided, we're going to make some money off old Mose. And so they actually wrap him in the linen and muslin and stuff to make him look like a mummy. He's not embalmed. This is actually in the state of Ohio's records too, by the way. This is real. Okay? And he's not embalmed. So these old boys throw him in the back of the vehicle, take him around to all the little towns around here, showing peaks at the real Egyptian mummy for 10 cents a peak.
Damn.
They're making good money off of him until they got to Winchester. They actually set up their little tent right on the courthouse lawn. And they got old Mose laid in there looking like a mummy. People lined up down the sidewalk. They're wanting to see him. And the trouble of it is, everybody's going in there getting sick. Yeah, he's rotten.
Rotten.
He's not embalmed. And he stinks. He's getting worse by the day. And it pissed off some of them. And they went to the sheriff. Well, you can't haul stiff around the back of your truck and get away with it.
Nope.
It ain't gonna happen.
Nope.
You're going to jail. You know? And they did. They arrested the two old boys that's carrying him around. And then they brought Mose out here and buried him in a pauper's graveyard. Where he's at, I have no idea. But I know he's right here
You
someplace.
can definitely see the rows.
Yep. Yep. And I know this is where the cemetery was because the county surveyor told me this is where it was, and he knows. So I didn't think it was, to be honest with you. I thought it was on the other side of the building. And I do know in that field over there, on top of that hill, there's a family cemetery over there too. It's a Neff family, N-E-F-F. And I know that the county bought this ground off the Neff family way back years ago. But there's nobody from the infirmary buried in that cemetery. But we went and looked. And we're doing the best we can to find it. Now, we used to have flags set up all over the place here. And it looks like a shotgun hit it. Boom. For the flags, well, it's a wooden box. There's no coffin or no vault, and there's nails. So in other words, the wood's rotted, the ground's moving, it's carrying the nails around, and it looks like a shotgun pattern right here. And then you come about right here, and there's about a 6 to 8 foot wide path right through here. But there's nothing, no nails, no nothing, right through here. So I think it's probably a horse trail or a horse path, you know, for carrying the caskets out here or whatever. Yeah, there's cows out there.
Rumors.
The county still owns all that ground out there, and they rent that out to pasture. They still own this barn, all this over here too. But there's a rumor that there's a group of people in Winchester wanting to buy this barn and make a party barn out of it. You know what that'd do to the ghost hunting over here?
Wouldn't that work?
So we're gonna buy it. I've already got it set up with the commissioners. We are definitely.
I'm sure there's something probably going on in there too. So.
Well, right up there is where he throws
Yep,
himself out the
that's what I
window.
thought. Yep.
Yeah, that was part of the original infirmary right there.
Never know what went on.
Probably not. I may not want to know from some of the stuff that I've heard.
Yeah, I've read some articles and stuff, you know, very few, but
So, this is it. You notice everything around here's got metal ribs. Sometimes it bangs pretty good. You can see the tires that we threaded on our garage right here.
Yep.
Keep it from there. Now, if that ain't hillbilly, I don't know what is. Tires. A couple tires on each end of a rope and throw them up there. I keep riding Dan. I said, you sure you ain't from Tennessee? No, I was born right here in Hartford City, Indiana. I said, yeah. I don't believe you, pal. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
It worked. Had a guy by the name, his last name was Money, and I can't think of his first name now. And he showed up out here one night by himself. I'm going to stay all night here. I came from Ashmore. He said, this is my second night. Tomorrow night I'm going up to the Blackfoot County Jail. Spend the night. He says, I said, you got anybody else coming? No, by myself. He said, I think I'm mad enough to do it. Okay. I left him my phone number. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm laying in bed and I can hear my phone clicking beside me. In other words, I'm getting a text message, you know. He said, something's in here. It's running around. I hear it, and I'm leaving. I'm not the man I thought I was. I'm going to the hotel. Well, pal, don't say I didn't warn you.
So what other places around here are there that maybe haunted or?
Well, that mansion that we bought in Winchester, it's a shame. We're back to it's just nasty. We just had orchid in there yesterday.
Ooh, it's gonna take a while too.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually Hartford City, up where Dan and Randy and all them live up in Blackfoot County, they've got the old Blackfoot County Jail up there, and it's cool. It's built on a granite slabs that you couldn't even tunnel out of.
Oh wow.
You know, and it's really a cool little place. I like that place. Been up there a few times. Then they got a speakeasy up there too that you can go through with the jail, you know. I've never got anything to speakeasy, but I have the jail. It's pretty neat. It really is. Now, that, you'll see I had all that fixed up just now. You'll see right back there, a little red building over there.
Yeah.
Not the back of the building, but on back over there.
On the other side of that tree.
That's the chicken house.
Okay.
And old John Doty, he walked like this all the time. Old John Doty, his job was to take care of chickens. And he was one of the last 6 people here. And they're closing. Okay? So they sold all these chickens. And they pretty much ruined John. To the point where they actually went and bought more chickens. Just so he would have something to take care of. The last caretaker here was Dave Burge. And of course I told you about the buzzer system.
Yeah.
And how segregated the place is and everything. There's 6 people left here. Come on. So Bergie called everybody together and set them on that couch in the living room y'all sitting on. And he told them we're not doing the buzzer system anymore. I don't care if you get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't care if you eat breakfast.